Shopify helped businesses break sales records over the holidays with the world's best converting checkout. Let's hear that one more time. The world's best converting checkout. Shopify's legendary checkout makes it easier for customers to shop on your website, across social media, and everywhere in between. Now that's music to your ears. Any way you spin it, you can be a smash hit with Shopify. Start your $1 a month trial today at shopify.com/records.
Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
Let the prophecy be fulfilled. Let the almighty host rise to power, wielding the instrument of my darkest design. Bow low to the candy caster, or be consumed in its unholy radiance.
Well, I don't know about all that, but the Intergalactic CandyCast is a fully improvised podcast and a one-man radio comedy ensemble that broadcasts live every week. So follow me, Atticus Hinkley.
And the robot.
Would you like to know a baseball fact?
Shut up, butt boy. They're not here for you. They're here for the rock and roll.
Yes, follow all of us and learn how to become a better and truly whole person, just like me. The Intergalactic CandyCast at Starfighter Down on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and anywhere else you can think of at Starfighter Down.
Steal your mind for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters. Her claws stop glowing, and the portal goes back to green, and she just looks at the three of you and Evangeline, the four of you now. Well, hey, if I figured out more information on trying to get these portals down, so the more universes I come in contact with, the more I can kind of fiddle with them and maybe we can make progress.
That sounds quite useful.
Progress would be nice, yes.
So, I take it Aleister filled you in on what's going on here.
I think I filled in enough. Probably all they really need to know.
I think you did, but I'd like to hear your version of it.
Yeah,
well,
I'm still a little confused.
Well,
Victor,
what's your questions? Like, what do you want to know?
Okay.
Like, what are you confused about?
So specifically, what happened to the other versions of ourselves? Because everyone was saying that I killed myself, which I could probably believe, but I don't remember blasting my other self with a lightning gun, so I would like that part cleared up, please.
Well, no, it was it would have been a lot more effective than a lightning gun on eliminating something. Well, see, whenever you came through the portal and you didn't have the key.
The silver key.
Yes, the silver key.
Okay.
It threw everything off. Like, if you were able to come through here with the silver key, you may come in contact with your alternate self or any other world by that. But whenever you came through, you completely replaced yourself and they ceased to exist.
So there was another Victor chained up in a kitchen?
Yes. That's why you woke up in a kitchen chained up.
And now he's dead.
Yes, he's dead.
That's too bad.
Victor's just sitting there thinking about all the times he could have had with himself.
It's just like a montage of him like in a park with himself, like throwing a baseball, like laughing.
Well, it seems now that I got the three of you together, Dalton, when he came through, he replaced the Dalton here.
Like replaced or collaborated? Because you said, wait, no, he didn't have the key when he went in. The key just flew through.
He didn't have the key. Yeah.
So where the hell's the key?
We're trying to find it. And that's y'all's number one goal is to find the key.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just do we know if he has the key? I'm assuming he doesn't because I feel like we would be replaced in this scenario, not in functioning in slaves or whatever.
Well, like I was telling Aleister, Dalton has the tattered Dalton. That's
a good name for him.
He has this blood magic that he uses to open portals. You remember in the hospital when those mechanical corpses were coming through?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I imagine you were on the other side.
And when there was a portal in the Dreamlands?
Yes.
Yes. That purple portal. It's how I was able to piggyback off of the CO portal that got you guys here. Now, whenever he uses that blood magic, he doesn't have full control over what comes through, what goes through. It's basically like my power over the portals now, where I can't be in the waking world outside of this chamber for no longer than a handful of minutes. But as I was saying, Dalton replaced the Dalton here, and he was preparing for whenever you may come through. He was able to recruit the Julian here, who was building mechs and robots and all kinds of stuff for him. He was able to capture Victor and use his cooking abilities to feed information to his assassins.
So his assassins are Crypt folk.
Yes.
Gotta look at Victor now.
Well, he's not the one that fed them. He's not and again, that Victor was captured and forced to cook the food.
No, that's a prejudice thing. That's not a I'm suspicious of Victor thing.
Okay.
I'm just imagining Julian go, no, I'm just prejudiced against him.
I would point out that
just the universe is giving me all reasons that Crypt folk are very terrible.
I would point out
people.
that because of your prejudice, you are suspicious of him.
It's true. But I'm just like, it's just like, I don't even want to say that on the air.
You don't want a clip to be taken out of context?
I do not want a clip to be taken out of context. But yeah, there's a lot of evil examples right now. That's all I gotta say. But Victor is proving the stereotype wrong, which is good for now.
Hashtag not all crypt folk.
The crypt folk in Darkwell were very nice people, and they provided a service to everybody that lived inside of Darkwell.
Yes, but Julian is an asshole.
Okay,
and Julian will always look at the good or the bad over the good in this particular situation.
Okay. And Aleister here was murdered 9 times by Julian and Verspar.
I did it! I finally did it! This is out of character.
That's the most believable thing of all.
I'll just nod. Yeah, I could see myself doing that.
Well, that seems wholly unnecessary.
Well, Aleister, your counterpart, was working with us, and he was never able to be returned or captured by Dalton or his minions.
Well, I should imagine not.
So they
Wait, him?
they found ways to kill you.
What do you mean his counterpart?
The Aleister from this world.
Aleister's counter.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I thought you meant like he had like someone else working for him, not the other world Aleister. And I was like, who is this person?
No, the alter Aleister of this world.
Call him Aleister too.
So we have some leads on possible locations of the key.
Well, I suppose that's better than nothing.
Yeah, leads are better than no clue, which is what we have right now.
And these particular ones have not been touched by Dalton. And seeing as he has taken his assassins, used Victor's abilities to get our members of the remnants to find these other locations that they've been scouting out. He hasn't found it at the other locations that those members were scouting.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, our world had a DDA. What happened to this world's DDA?
Well, there's one DDA.
Oh.
And without the silver key, we're all locked out of it.
Oh. So, what happens to the people that we left at the DDA before we went through the portal?
I would imagine they're still inside the DDA.
Okay, so how much time has passed in our old world from when we got to our new world?
It's been a year.
Oh. I wonder what happened to them. I hope they left. Julian is very nervous right now.
I remember someone said that the key could be used to go to different times as well. Is that right?
Yes, times that still exist.
Yes, but it doesn't rewind the time of a different location, does it? Like, we couldn't go back to before the silver key went through the portal in Dalton and all of us, right? We couldn't go back to that point, could we?
Well, after what happened there, I'm afraid to tell you this, but it no longer exists in what you would consider existing. It may still be there, but it's not the same.
Is it like this world?
Imagine different dimensions. Second dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension.
Victor, you need to sit down for this part.
It exists in all of them, but none of them at the same time. You going there would probably completely rip you apart at the atoms.
Okay, then. So we're not going back.
But we could still go back to the DDA.
Yeah.
Yes, that's we have to have access to the DDA to be able to go to leave this place and try and get ahead of this Dalton, the king, the tattered king, Haster.
Okay, so there's no way to get back to the DDA until we get the silver key.
Yes.
I have some of the remains of one of the people that was in the kitchen. Do you think it would be helpful if I learned what they knew?
Possibly.
Yeah, there's really only one way to find out there, Victor.
Okay. I'm going to need the kitchen.
Well, you already prepared it.
Oh, well, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's right. You cooked it before you left.
Okay.
Prepared it, whatever that was.
Well, if I wanted to cook the other crap I've picked up along the way, I'd need the kitchen.
Yeah. If you wanted to cook anything else, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, no time like the present. and Victor's gonna pop that in his mouth. He's hungry anyway.
What kind of style of meal was it? Did you say what you made?
Victor was in a hurry, so he probably did something like drying it, like some jerky, and like seasoned it. You know, because I mean, jerky, half the time you can't tell what the meat was to start with in the first place. That's almost the perfect way for Victor to eat, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't think you would have had enough time to jerky it.
You know,
Victor's a very good cook.
You could like grill, yeah, but drying it takes time. Even if you got a dehydrator, it still takes a long time.
I love that answer was so good.
But
cook.
No, you totally could have like grilled it or something, you know.
Yeah. He cooked it pretty well done, so that it could be like halfway, you know, so that it would keep longer. He doesn't have shake on preservatives.
Julian has not invented the this universe's version of the ninja foodie. Working on it.
All right, so you eat it, and you're chewing on it. You swallow it, and after about a minute of doing that, just eating on it, you start getting a memory.
Okay.
And you're swimming underwater, and it seems like you're very deep underwater. And you're coming up on a domed structure, very large. Looks like a massive city underneath the water, underneath the ocean, kind of deal. You get flashes where you're walking in the street of this underwater city, and you see these creatures that are very snake-like. But they're very nice, and you have seen them in the past. You know them as Nori. They usually hung around the docks and did business around the docks and stuff in Darkwell. You just never went up to them and talked to them or anything like that. You just always kept to yourself when you saw them. But you never saw them as like being an evil people in the Darkwell that you knew. And as this person's just walking through the street, like everybody's greeting him and everything like that. And then you get another flash, and the vision, the memory goes to you're paddling a boat back to Darkwell. And then you get picked up by something and flown away. And then the memory ends.
Do I know what race I was in the memory?
No.
Okay.
You were humanoid. You had hands and feet, but you don't know what race you were.
It wasn't clear. Okay. So Victor's. Is everyone just standing there staring at Victor while he chews?
Well,
yeah. Well, I mean, the memory is like instantaneous, but yeah, you chew for a minute before it's just you just have that memory now.
Okay.
Or those memories, because it's a few.
Right. I saw someone swimming to a large underground or underwater city full of nori. And then after they left, they were paddling and were picked up. I think they were picked up by something that can fly, kind of like those things we saw earlier, the doorkeeper or whatever. But that's really all I got.
Now, you do pick up an inspiration.
Or an insight, you mean?
An insight, yeah, that's what I meant. You do pick up an insight, and you can choose you can guess what that creature had.
Okay.
And if you're right, you get that one.
Yes. So I am currently at max insights.
Okay.
So if I get one from this, I'll have to.
You get to pick which one you want to replace.
But I don't get to pick that I'm having to replace one.
No, in this case you're getting an insight.
Okay. So and I'm trying to guess what this person's thing was. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. They were investigating the thingy. I mean,
they were swimming, they were rowing.
Swimming and rowing. I'll go ahead and guess athletics.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yay!
So what do I do now? What do I do now?
Okay, you get to add your insight. You get an insight bonus to your proficiency in athletics, or your modifier to athletics.
Okay. So I just get a +1 to that.
Yeah, which is yeah. It's half your proficiency bonus, right?
Yes.
Insight is half your proficiency right now until later levels.
Yeah. So so insight, and then I gotta lose one. Let's see. I'll lose the acrobatics, I think. Hold on. Let me double check. No, I like that being high. I'll lose the religion insight from the dwarf. So
okay.
Sorry, Burke. But you are gone.
And now you can no longer turn into a
dwarf. I wasn't going to turn into a dwarf anyway.
Why not?
I do need to. But whatever this thing was, I need to know so I can turn into it.
Yeah.
Or you can just try and turn into it, and we'll try and guess.
That too.
But the way I roll, it won't.
Yeah, that's why it'll be a fun game.
If you want me to, I can
if
roll
you turn into it
and see if I
perfectly,
can
where's
turn
the
into
game?
it. And
yeah, go for it. I want to see.
Because I couldn't figure it out, like after I tell everyone what happened, I might sort of just leave the room because I don't want them making fun of me.
Okay,
I'm gonna see if I can. Well, actually, no. I'll just be like, I couldn't tell what species this person was.
Yeah, what kind of folk it was, whatever.
I couldn't tell what type of folk it was, and so I'm going to try to transform into this person because maybe you'll recognize them. I'm talking to Tanasha.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right, and it's just the straight D20, right?
Yeah.
It's 8. So I might vaguely resemble whoever it is.
All right. So yeah, you actually you feel a tail start growing.
Okay.
And it's fluffy, and your nose kind of shrinks a little bit, and you grow whiskers, and your ears kind of get a little smaller and fluffier. And you kind of resemble a mangy cat right now with a fluffy tail. So you're a tabaxi.
Oh, I already had a tabaxi.
Oh, you
Am I a
did?
girl or a boy?
Boy.
Okay, well, at least now I can become a boy tabaxi instead of a girl tabaxi.
Hey, that option select is going to be key.
I can't really tell who that is, but I imagine. Oh, I know. Did you just get information maybe on the Nori? Or you just said that? I'm dumb.
It's okay.
You're not dumb, Tanasha. It's been a long day.
We forget
Were you able
Tanasha.
Were you able to attain any information like what they knew about the Nori Did they see the silver key? Did you see the silver key?
No, I didn't see anything like that.
Okay. Did anybody else eat this body?
I don't know. I only prepared enough for myself, and so if they did, it wouldn't have. I know I didn't cook any more of it. I don't know if the other Victor did before I was there. But I only cooked this amount.
Well, hopefully they don't get as good of a memory as you did. Well, that seems to be our first location. You're going to be going underwater.
I'm sorry, pardon me. Do we need to go underwater?
Well, yes, once you get to the city, it'll be dry. But
what about the...
Well, most of it will be.
The intervening time.
He doesn't like water.
Well, I don't blame you, but yeah, you do have that fur.
Could he go through the dreamlands?
I wouldn't recommend that.
Now is probably not a good time for that.
Victor doesn't know anything's wrong with the dreamlands. So.
I don't suppose...
Do y'all have means to...
I don't suppose there's maybe some type of vessel or something that I could ride in that might keep the water out?
Do you have a spare submarine?
Evangeline speaks up. Well, I do have something I've been working on. I wouldn't say it's in the best of shape. I don't know if it's seaworthy, but if we're out of time, it's the best I got for you. But yeah, I have a submersive that might be able to get you down there. But as far as, I'm not confident that it's gonna be a safe trip or a return. So if you got something else that might help it, maybe. But that's the best I got.
Unless it's missing a giant hole in the side, I'll point to the armor plate from the suit. We have that.
No, it seals. It's just I don't know how much pressure it can take. So it may be a one-way trip.
What's the furthest it's gone down?
15.
I haven't.
Oh, so we
sent
haven't
it out yet?
We haven't sent it out. Okay, so we don't
completely untested.
Will we all fit in it?
The three of you will.
Okay,
and I actually have I think I have a means of subverting that as well if need be. I can actually I'll need a little bit of time this evening, but I should be able to put together a device that will help me get through the water. I don't know. I don't think I can make multiple versions of that, however.
Okay. And would that mask around your neck, would that help you breathe?
It's more so for gases than it is fluids.
Okay. All right. Well, do you have any more questions for me? Tanasha speaks up.
What happened to your eye?
Victor ate it.
I've had a lot of run-ins with Dalton's minions. So I lost it in one of the mini fights.
Yeah, Victor. The Victor in your world could have actually eaten it.
And
or in this world.
I can't be in the Dreamlands in just my dream form anymore. I have to be there in physical form all the time outside of this chamber. So what happens to me in the Dreamlands happens to me, to my physical body. What's happening in this world is nothing compared to what's going on in the Dreamlands right now.
Oh, as in much, much worse.
Aleister, you may not get good sleep.
That may be a problem.
That's like his favorite thing to do.
But even more reason to find the silver key.
Yes, I would totally agree. This seems extremely important now.
Well, I found the motivation for Aleister.
I was going to stretch out. Well, it's been a long day. I'm going to get some shut-eye. Y'all take care.
I imagine you other two will have nightmares, but you will have less control.
Hey, sometimes you just have nightmares, you know.
Wait, what is that on you, Victor?
It's a trench coat. Do you like it?
I'm just
No.
going to whistle.
What's that moving under your trench coat?
They're wrappings, like the ones Dalton has. They attach themselves to me during a fight, but I don't.
They're not
think...
controlling you?
No. In some ways, I've been able to learn to control the wrappings, and they help protect me. They seem to make me a little bit stronger, a little bit harder to hurt.
Yeah, I tried to remove him. It has a mind of its own.
Doesn't it seem slightly like Stockholm Syndrome-y? They protect me.
Yes,
they
it
keep
does.
me safe.
It's his security wrappings.
Well, they haven't hurt him at all.
His safety wrappings, rather.
They've only done positive things, except for how uncomfortable they are. But Victor's life was uncomfort before this.
They're
so,
totally positive, except for their
Do-
existence.
Yeah.
That's
Do
my
you mind
secret
if I
cap.
inspect them?
No, that's fine. Go ahead. No, I'll just hold out my arm.
Okay, and she reaches up with her right paw, and like her paw kind of glows when it touches the wrappings.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these are similar but different to the Tattered King. I believe these came from him, but it was a long time ago. Maybe it lost its connection with him.
Yeah, that they interacted with the wrappings when the Tattered King tried to trick us.
Did it try to join with him?
I don't think so, but it's hard to tell. They seemed upset.
So okay. Yeah, so they're completely separate from, and you're learning how to use them.
Yes, during our encounter with Dalton, I was upset and the wrappings reached out to try to get him. And since then we had to fight a big monster in the tower, and I was able to hurt it. They just came off. I'm not even sure how I knew exactly what to do, but they listened to me and they helped.
Did you feel a hatred from it? The emotions from it, the hatred towards the tatters from the king?
I think so, yes. It was very strong.
I have never heard of this before. But this could prove a very useful tool against Haster.
I hope so. I just hate him.
No, please.
I'm sorry.
That
You
last
can't fall
part
off the
didn't-
handle
no,
like
no.
that.
That last part did not happen. That was just a joke.
I'm starting to imagine this scenario where like Haster is going to be like reaching out to the wrappings on you, be all like, "Join me. Together we can rule the multiverse."
I'll never join you.
All right. Well, if y'all don't have any more questions for me, Evangeline will get you ready to go see the Nori.
Actually, I do have one more question. It has been a while since I've actually slept now, and as troubling as it might be, the sleep this time around, I still feel like I must nap.
I would also like to sleep.
I'm very tired.
Well, the only place that I can think that you may be able to sleep well, although it would completely disconnect you from the dreamlands, would be in this chamber. I don't think it's very comfortable in here, but it's probably the best place you can get sleep.
Do you have a pillow?
But it'll be sleep. There won't be dreaming.
I don't know if that's better.
I'm actually really good with that, to be perfectly honest.
No.
I mean,
Victor especially likes the idea of not having nightmares.
Yeah, we've slept in worse.
Mm-hmm.
We've slept in much worse, actually.
We slept inside the beast.
We slept inside the beast.
Now, whenever you're out there, you won't have access to the chamber and you may need to sleep. But just beware and avoid contact with anything in the dreamlands.
Avoid contact with the dreamlands. We can all do that. I can do that. I think we'll be perfectly fine with that.
I mean, other entities in the dreamlands.
No problem.
No. I would be perfectly fine if anything and anyone would fuck off for at least, 4 hours.
But if you need to, you can go. You may not have a choice. But the dreamlands are there. I'm just telling you to be careful. It's not as safe as it was in the other universe.
Cool. Got it.
Yep.
I want to sleep now. Please let me sleep now. Please.
Aleister, you seem concerned.
For a few reasons, really. I don't like the prospect of sleeping without dreams. I've never really slept without dreams. It sounds disturbing. And I also do not like the proposition of being underwater. That is very stressful.
What if you shave off all your hair?
Yeah,
Then
that'll
it'll
do
be
it.
easier to dry off.
Let's just get the razor right now. That should be pretty easy to knock out.
I feel like that's only adding a problem to what would still be a problem.
I don't see it that way. Victor, do you see it that way?
I don't know. I don't have very much hair anyway.
Hey, we'll put it this way. You'll look disguised, and they won't recognize you.
Well, apparently I'm already not very easy to recognize as Aleister to most people here.
He does look different.
Yeah, he's got those green bits.
The greeny bits.
Not to mention most people are racist and don't recognize cats as being different.
Or sexist.
Or sexist. Jesus.
Speciest.
But yeah, y'all wanted to rest.
Although,
Victor would like
if
a
we're
pillow.
going to rest, there is one thing I would like to do.
Yeah.
Evangeline, I don't mean to be selfish here. I know this is really for my own purposes, and I don't really want to do anything that would cause you any undue duress. But if it's all right with you, would I be able to curl up with you?
Of course.
Thank you. And I'll curl up and start purring.
Okay.
Do we hear this?
Oh,
Yeah.
Victor's busy curling up with Julian and purring.
I was about to say, I'm literally about to pull out my lightning gun and be like, don't you even get any funny ideas.
Well, you got 4 charges left.
Yeah, I know. That's enough to go, Victor.
I just want a pillow. Can I have a pillow this time?
Yeah, Evangeline gathered before laying down and Aleister curling up, like she does gather blankets and pillows and cushions and everything for everybody to lay on in the chamber. And invites Verspar in if she doesn't, if she wants to, but yeah, that's.
I'm pretty sure Verspar would be like, I just want to be away from everybody right now.
Yeah. No, Verspar just falls asleep on the couch.
I'll just like find a corner and just kind of just sit down and just nod my head out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Victor's going to pull the fedora over his eyes.
All right.
I will be doing this. I'm replacing one of my infusions as a result of the long rest. The only thing is, Victor, you'll have to mark it up. You will no longer have the bonus on the butterfly sword.
No. Poor Victor.
Although, on the bright side, at least you're not using it as much.
Yeah, no, the wraps.
Yeah,
and
the
that's kind of
wraps
why
have the
I'm
bonus.
taking. And that's kind of why I'm taking it away, just for this next bit.
Yep. Well, it's always welcome.
And I will instead be creating the cloak of the manta ray.
Okay. Cool.
Victor's also going to do that or whatever.
Yeah, you just pulled some like drapes down and just like put it all over your body and just like, I am a manta ray.
Victor's going to ask if there's any nori
It's
laying
times
around.
like this that make me wonder, why didn't I just pick up polymorph?
Yes, but the thing is you turn into that creature and inherit all of its stats.
Yes.
For example, somebody turned into a moth, and they're like, okay, go scout. And it had the intelligence of a moth.
Hey everybody, Adam Culbertson here, your DM, with Tanasha, dropping some answers, finding out a little bit of what's going on, what's the bigger picture. Doesn't seem like she knows everything though, so guess we'll have to keep digging on that information there, and maybe everybody can get along. Now, we'll see. But yeah. At least they have a lead, some semblance of a lead at least. And Aleister is not too happy about that, but they got to find that silver key. So we'll see how that plays out with Aleister's fear of water. Well, I don't know if it's a fear, but definitely a strong dislike. Make sure to go and check out all the links to everything over at microphonesandmonsters.com. Head on over to our Patreon, where we got some bonus content coming out now. So you definitely want to check that out, among other things. And make sure you go and leave us a review on Podchaser or Apple Podcasts. It helps us out tremendously, and it's completely free to do. It just takes a little time, but it means the world to us. And other podcasts out there, make sure you're leaving. If you're loving a podcast, if you're liking a podcast, go and leave a review for them. Help everybody out. All the music here at Microphones and Monsters is written and produced by Marco Mazzei at Fallen Highway Studios. Thank you so much for all the listens, all the interactions. I love reading your reactions to episodes on Discord, Twitter. Speaking of Discord, check out that link as well. It's in the description of every episode over at Cast Junkie Discord. It's a awesome community full of all types of creators and podcasters and even listeners. So there's a lot going on there, and it's my favorite Discord. But yeah, thank you so much. We love you, and hope you join us next time here on Microphones and Monsters.